Hey there, so today I'm going to be talking about This Be Kiss, their second studio album, um, Hotter Than Hell. So this album here was released on October 22nd of 1974. Even before I get into the songs on this cassette tape here, I want to know something. In the comments down below, let me know down below. I said this here, it said 1974. It didn't have any other year, like if it was remastered or anything. So I wasn't quite sure. Did they have cassette tapes in the 70s? Because this said 1974. So I know, they had records. What else did they have? 8 tracks, is it? 8 tracks, I believe, where in the car where you can put, they're like this big and you can put them in. I believe they had that. 8 tracks, I believe. Not quite sure. I wasn't, I was born in 87, so. Um, yeah, so comment down below if you know, because it said 1974, no other dates, so this is like the earliest cassette tape that I do have. Um, and it was from 1974. Like I said, I used to have a cassette tape before. This was like years ago. I don't know where it went. It was a mystery of where it went. But I used to have Bob Seger, his third album on cassette tape. What was it? When he was called Bob Seger System. The album was, what was it, Mongrel, from 1970. I used to have that cassette tape. And that was like the early, and I don't know where that went to, mystery of where that went to. But yeah, I used to have that on cassette tape. That was rare. Like this here on cassette tape. They don't make cassette tapes anymore, so collection that I do have of cassette tapes, like, that is very rare to have today, cassette tapes. So, yeah. Like I said, like I said, this is their second album. And it had the original lineup, Gene Simmons on bass and vocals. Then they had Paul Stanley on guitar and vocals. Ace Frehley on lead guitar. I believe he's lead guitar and vocals as well. And Peter Criss on vocals and drums. So yeah, they would have that line up there from when they formed in 1973, about that time. It was 73 until 19, I think it was like 1980, I want to say 81, 82, until the lineup changed. But yeah, there's 10 songs on this album here. So it starts off with Got to Choose, which is this great kind of hard rockin' track. And then Parasite, that's definitely screams metal. That's really, really heavy, definitely for sure. Great, great, great song. And then the third song, Going Blind, I found that one, when they go into the third song, that kind of slows down. It's more kind of like a slower song compared to the first two songs. I found it was more of a slower song. But another, great, great song. Then Hotter Than Hell. Great rockin' track for sure, definitely. Then it ends up with Let Me Go, Rock and Roll. Another kind of rock and roll track, great upbeat rock and roll track. So that's side one. Side two starts off with All the Way, which is this great rockin' track. Not as heavy as Parasite or Let Me Go, Rock and Roll, and then after that is Watching You. Then Mainline, Coming Home, and the very last song is Strange Ways. But yeah, great album. So it says on here, on the all the songs here, so it says, got to choose. Paul Stanley sings lead vocals on that. Parasite, Ace Frehley sings on that. Going Blind, Gene Simmons sings lead vocals on that. Hotter Than Hell, Paul Stanley is on lead vocals for that one. Let Me Go, Rock and Roll, Paul Stanley sings lead vocals for that. Then All the Way, Gene Simmons is on lead vocals for that. Watching You, Gene Simmons is also on lead vocals for that. Mainline, Coming Home, Mainline, which I believe Ace Frehley, like I said, is saying lead. No, it wasn't Ace Frehley. Peter Criss, I believe, sang lead vocals for that. Coming Home, and then Strange Way. But yeah, great. Like I said, great album. Definitely worth checking out. Like I said, that's the earliest one that I do have now on cassette tape. The earliest. Like I said, that's the earliest one that I do have. And like I said, I used to have Bob Seger, which would be his third album, Mongrel, on cassette tape, which was released in 1970. I used to have that. I don't know where that went years ago. I'm not sure. Mystery of where that went. But yeah, so I guess I didn't know, they were making cassette tapes back in the 70s, because it didn't say anything about another, some albums or whatever, cassette tapes, or even CDs for that matter, usually has the year when it was released, and then sometimes right beside it has like another year, meaning that's probably when it was remastered, when they re-released it again. Oh yeah, going back to great album. Definitely a keeper for sure. Definitely one to have in the collection if you're a big Kiss fan. Like I said, I went to see Kiss quite a few years ago. Great. It was an outdoor concert. Great concert. And they didn't just walk out on stage. They were up there, up high. All of a sudden, they came down. It was just unbelievable. What a great concert that was. Wasn't really quite sure I couldn't remember who opened up for them. But when they came on, definitely it was a great concert, for sure. I'll go through the songs again, then I'm going to finish it off. So it starts off with Got to Choose, Parasite, Going Blind, Hotter Than Hell, Let Me Go, Rock and Roll. That's side one. Side two is All the Way, Watching You, Mainline, Coming Home, Strange Ways. There's the back of it. There's songs on it if you want to see it. I don't know if you can see that, but but yeah, great album. Like I said, I got this cassette tape. Oh man, it must have been like I'm thinking early 2000s at a flea market, way back. But yeah, they don't make cassette tapes anymore, so this is kind of like rare today. Cassette tapes are like, pretty much obsolete, I believe. You don't really see them anymore. They're pretty much obsolete. Not sure when they stopped making cassette tapes. Maybe in the what, 90s? Maybe they stopped doing that. Wasn't quite sure. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this review. Make sure to hit a thumbs up. And down below, if you know when cassette, if you know when, was it the 70s when they actually made cassette tapes? It'd be very interesting to find out. So anybody that knows, put a comment down below, let me know. Because like I said, I just said 1974, it didn't have no other year. And like I said, the earliest one that I had, don't know where it went to, a mystery where it went to. Like I said, Bob Seger's, it would be his third album, Mongrel, from 1970, which wasn't really his best-selling album, but you know, but it was I considered it a really good album. Wasn't his best, but you know, mystery, I don't know where it went to, but anyways, hopefully you enjoyed it, and make sure to hit that thumbs up, and thank you all you people for supporting my channel. Greatly appreciated for that one, and yeah, let me know in the comments if you know when the cassette tapes first came out, because I know, you know, they had 8 tracks back in the 70s. Those, you know, even though I wasn't born in the 70s, born in the 80s, I know, you know, they had 8 tracks, you know, those big that you put in the car or whatever. Yeah, so let me know, and thank you very much for watching and supporting my channel. Greatly appreciated, and thank you so much. And I have more Kiss, like I said, so many albums out there, so stay tuned. And I'm not sure if I'm going to post them, all of them today, but obviously, you know, a couple. This one definitely. So thank you very much for watching, and bye.